Okay, so today is Thursday, March 14th. Time for another Car Talk Thursday. So, a couple just updates on things. I did finish Persona 3 Reload earlier this week. So, game is done. I have written my notes. I have not recorded it yet. There's a part of me that's just thinking I might wait a few weeks to record it. I guess in a way, it's like, make sure I really let the game sit before I give my full opinion on it. But honestly, just because in a couple weeks it'll be a full moon. I think it's March 25th. I'm like, it's Persona 3. That feels really fitting to, hear my thoughts on the game on a full moon. Or I might record the video earlier and then set it, it's going to release on the full moon. That just feels right for this game. In terms of my next gaming project, I already started it. I'm not gonna roll, no bullshit. Let me fucking do Kuro 2's post-game. I started it yesterday. I think there's 8 or 9 floors in the post-game. I finished the first floor. I've done a chunk of the second floor. I just want to go ahead and get it done. It's like it could be off the list. I don't have to think about this game anymore. So here's the problem. It's doing this weird thing that it did a few times when I was playing the actual game, but not super often, where I'll be playing the game for a while, everything is good, and then it will just slow down significantly. And I don't know why. The game is running fine, and then, no, just fuck you. I'm like, really? The game is still wasting my time. And it's not just like, it's wasting my time because I have to play it. It is making the experience worse on purpose. This game is my fucking nemesis, and I don't know why. Why are you like this, Kuro 2? But, there's that. See, today's Thursday, duh. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna finish it by the end of the week. But, I don't know if I just kind of say, fuck it, I'm doing nothing else, but I've got other things to do, like reading Wormpin and that. But, hopefully it won't take too long to do. Now let's take the pen out. So, weird fun fact. I was checking, I was like, when is the March full moon? It said about the 25th. Apparently, this is called the Worm Moon. I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. Huh. I can't escape Worm now, can I? And I'm glad I can't escape Worm, because it's getting really good. I've got about an hour and a half-ish left in Arc 13. I uploaded my Arc 12 video. I think that was yesterday. So, I'm gonna try to do my Worm videos on Wednesdays. I like the alliteration. I feel like I've done it a couple times. I feel like what I'll try to do is, if I'm done with an arc, then I will talk about that arc in that video. If I'm not done with an arc, I might just do a quick, okay, Worm Wednesday. I'm not finished with it yet, but this is kind of give a Cliff Notes version. If it's a really long arc, because I know some of them, that's 10 hours, I might do it okay, this is what I've got so far. Here's arc whatever, part 1. We'll see how that works. Hopefully, I can just have an arc done every week, or just be like, hey, there's no Worm Wednesday this week, the arc isn't done, I'll get to it hopefully by the end of the week, blah blah blah. That's the update on that. There was something else I wanted to. Oh yeah, I watched another Godzilla movie, so we're getting back into the swing of things. This was Ghidorah the three-headed monster, and this is easily my second favorite so far. I made the video on that. Movie was very fun. It was very entertaining. Just Godzilla, personally, to me, had a very bad showing in Mothra vs. Godzilla. It was funny as fuck, but I was like, dude, he's jobbing so hard. Not as much the case here. His fight with Rodan, it's just fun, goofy shit without Godzilla having to be... Like I said, there's a part when he's fighting Mothra where he goes to kick her, and he misses and just slips. I think this is how I described it in the video, and it's how I thought watching. I was like, this is Charlie Brown missing the football, but Lucy didn't move the ball. He just fucking missed and took himself out. It's hysterical. Godzilla is drunk throughout Mothra. It seems like he's sobered up in Ghidorah. He still does goofy shit, like when he and Rodan are punching rocks at each other, but I mean, it's not like a return to form, not like in the original Gojira, but it was a really, really good time. I had a lot of fun with it. In terms of Friendship is Magic, Season 7 is done. The tier lists have been recorded. I actually have them uploading now, and after this, while I am uploading this, I'm going to work on timestamping them. I've watched six episodes of Season 8, so I'm about a quarter-ish of the way done. So that, again, today's Thursday. Like, I kind of try to have each season done by about Monday or Tuesday of the next week, so hopefully that'll be soon. Then I have to watch the Christmas special, Season 9, the final special, which from what I understand is less of like, this is a finale kind of special. It's just because the finale is a really good finale from what I remember of it. And this is more of just like, yeah, this kind of, it's basically the second movie, but it wasn't properly released as a movie for whatever reason, so whatever. And then Equestria Girls if I feel like it. I think I should, but I'm also like, I only have like 50 things left, and that's a lot. I don't really want to do all these others, but I really might. NFL free agency has been going on, and I will be honest, I have been a much more casual NFL fan the past few years. With moving, like in the house that I had been living in, I didn't have the local channel, so I couldn't just watch games. I wasn't able to just like watch ESPN, like really know a lot of the players, especially kind of, I mean, like you're going to know a lot of like star players, like a lot of the quarterbacks, receivers, some of the big name defenders, but some of the, what did he call them? Like the Gruden grinders and shit. Like some of the more like unsung heroes that are really good and really important. I haven't been as familiar with them. So in free agency, I'm like, okay, I know that guy. I'm not as familiar with him. Is he good? I'm not as familiar with him. Is he good? So I can't really talk about how much better teams are getting in free agency. Like the Cowboys have barely done anything. Kirk Cousins is with the Falcons. Like, I don't know. Should I be scared of Kirk Cousins? Because Kirk Cousins is really good, but he's also terrible in primetime games. And of course, the one fucking playoff game he wins was against the Saints. And the Saints have released Michael Thomas. And that breaks my heart. I get it, but it breaks my heart. I don't know if we still have Lattimore. It sounds like we might be trading him. But we're keeping Dennis fucking Allen. Like, I have no faith in the Saints this season. Like, they're my team. I'm not just going to be like, well, I'm rooting for Atlanta. Oh, God, that felt disgusting. I'm not going to be like, cool, I'm rooting for this team this season. Because, like, this is my team. Whether they're good or bad, I identify with them. But I'm just assuming we're keeping Dennis Allen. Cool, this season is a wash. This season is a joke. He's going to be okay to be mediocre as long as we're still in the division. It's not about getting better. It's not about excelling. It's about, hey, we're good enough to not be terrible. And that's fine with me. I just fucking hate it, man. So I got my taxes done. My tax return came in. And I made a big splash purchase. Cost me about $1,300, and it was registering for the bar exam. Because fuck, this shit is really expensive. I hate it. He's like, yeah, register for this important exam. This is how much it costs. Also, buying a study course is about the fucking same, and it's ass, and I hate it. But I did make, that payment went through. So as far as I am aware, I am registered to take the exam. I still have to do the fingerprinting. Oh gosh, like sorry, just knows how fucking bad the lighting was. I'm sorry. Sorry, my brain completely stopped. I gotta try that again. As far as I am aware, I am scheduled to take the exam in July. I know there's a fingerprinting thing I have to do, but I'm waiting on them to send it because I know they send it. I tried giving them a call a couple days ago to make sure everything's cool. I'm going to try to call them again either today or tomorrow to get a follow-up and an update on that. But that is going. In addition to that, because I do still have some more, like, tax return money. It's like, I don't want to just say, like, cool, let me buy, like, dumb shit. I'm like, there is some art I want to get commissioned. Like, some of my characters, and there's this really dumb commission idea. I feel like I've talked about it before. It's like my dream commission, and it's so silly, but it makes sense to me. And it's of the album art of Straight Outta Compton by NWA, but with the cast of Little Witch Academia, because it's one of my favorite anime, and I just refer to it as LWA, so I'm like, NWA, LWA. Yeah, this makes sense. I just want to see this album art of Akko and her friends with Constance holding the fucking Uzi, because she has like a fucking Uzi in the shop. Like this is perfect. I need this. I don't know why I need this, but I do. Maybe no one else will get it. Maybe no one else will think it's funny. I do. So there's that. Last night, I took a couple videos of this. I kind of want to upload them. There was this really cool lightning storm where it wasn't raining, like there wasn't thunder because lightning wasn't hitting the ground. It was just a big ass storm cloud and a bunch of lightning. I was like, this is cool. Lightning is badass. I just like took a video of it, and I stopped by the lake on my way home to just watch the lightning. I tried to record it. It wasn't as cool by the lake. I really wanted to see it like on the water, but it didn't look as good as I was hoping, at least not on the camera, but visually I was like, this is still pretty cool. That's what I have to say. Do-do-do. What the fuck does that even say? Oh, okay. Actually, what did that say? Sorry, you know me. I can barely read my fucking handwriting. So I guess the last couple things. Number one is I watched this recent video from Brandon Sanderson, and it was him essentially saying, like, he was talking a lot about Stormlight, which I haven't read. The only Sanderson books I've read are the original Mistborn trilogy, and I didn't finish Hero of Ages because I just didn't get into it. Loved Final Empire, and loved 95% of Well of Ascension. Like, I think most of the book is really, really good. There were just some parts I didn't super get into, unfortunately, including the ending. But I really liked it. And so he's like, okay, here's like my big flagship series. And he's like talking about it and all this shit. He's talking about like the Book of Endless Pages. And I'm like, okay, I kind of like that. The idea of, the great big book of everything, but you can never fill it because you can never truly see everything and experience everything. I'm like, that's just kind of a neat idea. I like that a lot. He's like, yeah, that's what I wanted to call the book. And my editor said, you can't release a giant fucking tome of a novel and call it the Book of Endless Pages. People are going to laugh their asses off and not take it seriously. He's like, hurt, fair, but it hurt. Like, that's really funny. But he's kind of like building up the fact he's like, all right, it's time for the next big book, and it has nothing at all to do with Stormlight. As far as I'm aware, it's like, this is something completely different. This was the new secret project. Sorry, I can't stop writing other things. And I love that. And I'm like, I really want to get into this guy's work, because from the little bit I've read, I really liked it. From everything I've heard, his shit is consistently really, really good. And I'm like, this dude is who I want to be when I grow up. Just, like, I love writing, I love storytelling, I love creating, and there's so many different things I want to write. I'm like, I got this idea, and this idea, and this idea, and this idea, that idea, and this one I've done some work on, and this one I've done some work on, but I know I need to go back to it. This one is more or less done, but there's a lot of rewrites I need to do, and then there's this thing, which might be my magnum opus that I barely worked on it, but I have a lot I want to do on it. And like, I love that feeling of wanting to write and actually doing it. And like, there's one project I've been really meaning to work on for the past week, and like every day, like, there's the desire to do it, and then I just do everything else instead, which is a fucking problem. I really need to make sure in these next couple days I'm like, no, actually fucking start. It's the thing I worked on the cruise. And it was my favorite part of the cruise. Like, I was excited to go on the cruise, not to go on a fucking vacation and be on the boat and all that shit, although it was great. And I loved it. It was like, I get to write. I get to work on this specific story, and I've been wanting to do it for months, but I couldn't because I had another story that was more of a pressing project. But I can just do this for like a week, and no one can stop me, and it was wonderful. I wanted to bring up that. I also wanted to bring up, speaking of like, creators I really looked up to, Akira Toriyama passed away, and I made a video about that where I was talking about Dragon Ball. But I still felt that I wanted to bring it up here. I love me some Dragon Ball and Z and Super, and like I'll rag on GT, but I had fun watching GT, man. I played a lot of the games. I'm looking forward to the new show. I enjoyed watching the movies. Something Clay and I had been talking about off and on for a few years is watching all the Dragon Ball movies. And I feel like it's something I've always been like, I'm kind of interested in it, but I don't know. And not in the sense where I'm like, dude, they're all dog shit, I don't want to do it. It's like, I don't know, just the timing never felt right. And I'm a lot more like, okay, maybe we should. Granted, Godzilla. And also, we still get back into Adventure Time. But I feel like I'm a lot more open to the idea now of like, okay, this would be kind of an interesting way of, I don't know how much I want to rewatch all of Dragon Ball because it's fucking long. I say that as someone who has been rewatching Friendship is Magic, which is 200 plus episodes. I'm like, I feel like I'm kind of good on watching long shit for a while. And no, I haven't forgotten that I need to watch Gundam. But yeah, like the movies, I feel like that'd be fun. I really do, because I remember liking most of the movies. And, the last thing I wanted to talk about is over the weekend, I watched MatPat's Final Theory, his game theory video on the concept of game theory and applying it to his channel and applying it to YouTube. I definitely had a lot of phases when I watched MatPat. Like, I don't want to be the asshole who's like, oh, I watched it before it got popular. But, like, I remember watching some of his videos, like, before FNAF came out. And I was like, this is fun. I like this. Like, one of my favorites is the fucking King K. Rool is like a stand-in for, was it Teddy Roosevelt? I think it was Teddy Roosevelt, but like the oil industry is like, this is fun. I kind of like this shit. Wario is 10 feet tall. It's a classic. But like, I've watched a lot of those, and I tended to really enjoy them, and I kind of fell out, and I've watched the FNAF. I don't know if I've seen all of his Five Nights videos, but I watched a lot of them, and be like, all right, I'll kind of watch, like, I'll binge a bunch of MatPat videos, and then won't watch for a long time, and I'm like, oh yeah, MatPat, watch a video, watch a few more, and that's kind of how I've been. I'm not like a dedicated MatPat guy, but off and on, and I tended to like his videos, and I really liked the last one. I thought it was a really sweet way to say goodbye. I didn't know what Scott Cawthon looked like, so when I saw that bit at the end, I was like, huh, this is probably really cool and meaningful, but I have no idea what the fuck is going on. But once I learn who this is, I'll probably be like, yo, that's really cool. And what do you know? That's exactly what happened. I've seen his other endings too. The insanity ending is really funny. I loved that one. But, in the spirit of MatPat and game theory, I feel like there is only one way I can end this particular episode. But hey, it's just a Thursday, a Car Talk Thursday. Thanks for watching.